Have you ever looked at the world around us and wondered, are we living in the last days? It's a question that has echoed through generations, and it's a topic the Bible speaks about extensively. From ancient prophecies to the final book of Revelation, Scripture gives us a roadmap of what to expect in the latter days. Let's dive in and explore what the Bible really says. The concept of the last days isn't just a New Testament idea. It actually starts way back in the book of Genesis. In chapter 49, Jacob gathers his sons to tell them what will happen in the latter days. This sets a theme that runs throughout the Old Testament. The prophet Isaiah speaks of a future time when God will establish his kingdom and all nations will stream to it. He describes an era of peace where swords are beaten into plowshares. But he also warns of a day of judgment for those who defy God. Then we have the prophet Daniel, who was given incredible visions about the future of world empires. He speaks of a sequence of kingdoms, culminating in a final, powerful kingdom that will be crushed by a rock cut out without hands. A clear reference to the establishment of God's enduring kingdom. Daniel's prophecies paint a picture of immense political and spiritual conflict leading up to this final event. These Old Testament passages lay the groundwork, showing us that God has had a plan for the end of the age from the very beginning. When we move into the New Testament, the picture becomes even clearer. Jesus himself spoke at length about the signs of the end. In Matthew 24, his disciples ask him directly, "What will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?" Jesus responds with a list of signs: wars and rumors of wars, famines, earthquakes, and persecution of believers. He warns that deception will be rampant, with many false prophets and false messiahs rising to lead people astray. Crucially, he says, these are just the beginning of birth pains, not the end itself. The Apostle Paul also writes extensively about the last days. In his letter to Timothy, he describes the character of people in the end times. He says people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, and disobedient. There will be a form of godliness, but a denial of its power. Does that sound familiar? Paul's description often feels like a mirror to our modern society, which is why so many people today feel we are in this specific time period. And of course, we have the book of Revelation. This is the grand finale of biblical prophecy, a vivid and symbolic unveiling of the final events of human history. John's vision details a period of intense global turmoil, divine judgments poured out on the earth, the rise of a global political and religious system, and the ultimate battle between the forces of good and evil. It describes the return of Christ, the defeat of Satan, and the establishment of a new heaven and a new earth, where God will dwell with his people forever. So, when we put all these pieces together from Genesis to Revelation, what does it mean for us today? Many scholars believe the last days began with Christ's first coming and will continue until his second coming. We are living in that era. The signs Jesus spoke of global turmoil, spiritual deception, a decline in true faiths seem to be intensifying all around us. However, the Bible's purpose in giving us these prophecies is not to cause fear or to have us endlessly speculate on dates and times. In fact, Jesus clearly said that no one knows the day or the hour. The real purpose is to call us to be ready. It's a call to examine our own hearts, to strengthen our faith, and to live with a sense of urgency and purpose. It's about sharing the hope we have in God's ultimate plan for redemption and restoration. Whether the final curtain falls in our lifetime or 1,000 years from now, the message remains the same. Be watchful, be faithful, and be prepared. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this exploration of biblical prophecy insightful, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into Scripture. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.